Triera, a financial coach, mom of two, and a woman of faith, here to help you rebuild your money mindset from the inside out. This is the Faith Method, where we believe that financial rebuilding starts with God, grows in intention, and is sustained by truth. So if you're ready to rebuild your finances with peace and purpose, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? That's from the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 28. And that's the NIV version. And honestly, I love it because it speaks plain. Jesus didn't say, hope it works. He said, sit down and estimate the cost. That's real wisdom, especially when it comes to money. This verse is so clear. It's Jesus reminding us that before you build anything, a life, a dream, or a budget, you've got to sit down and count that cost. It's not about judgment or shame. It's about wisdom and awareness. Let's hear how it lands in other translations. The King James Version says it like this: For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? That's classic language. Sitteth, counteth, sufficient. It just carries weight. It's like God saying, don't play with this, get still, get serious, and get prepared. Then, the New Living Translation breaks it down in everyday language. But don't begin until you count the cost. For who would begin construction of a building without first calculating the cost to see if there is enough money to finish it? I love that. Don't begin until. That hits. Too many of us are trying to build a better life on top of financial confusion. We're dreaming, planning, even praying, but we haven't paused to check the blueprint. This verse reminds us that before you build anything, a home, a business, a life, you've got to count the cost. That's step one of building a strong financial foundation. Before you move, pause and plan. This scripture isn't just about money. It's about wisdom and readiness. God calls us to be faithful stewards, not fearful, not perfect, but aware. Jesus wasn't talking about budgeting when he said this. He was talking about the cost of following him. But the same wisdom applies to our money. You don't build a strong foundation by accident. You sit down, you plan, you count the cost, and then you build with intention. Let's get practical. How do we actually live this out? Most budgeting advice starts with, let's look at what you already spent, like digging through your past to find where it all went wrong. You can't change the past. Reviewing old statements doesn't build a plan. It just brings back regret. This is not about judgment, it's about movement. So instead of looking back, we start with what we have right now. Start with your values. Ask yourself, what do I value? What are the values you refuse to sacrifice? The ones that have to be honored first, no matter what. Because when it comes to your money, these aren't just preferences. They're non-negotiables. Before the bills, before the extras, these get funded first. Not because you're being reckless, but because you're being real about what matters most. When you lead your money with purpose, peace follows. That's how alignment begins. So, what do you value? Financial stability? This value is about knowing and growing what's coming in. You value your paycheck, knowing what you actually bring home. You recognize additional income, side work, stipends, or support. You invest in education or skills that increase your ability to earn. A stocked fridge. This value is about nourishment, planning, and peace of mind. You value a full fridge and pantry, not just surviving, but thriving. You plan for meals and snacks that fill your household. You prioritize grocery money before extra, because food is a need, not a luxury. Rest. This value is about budgeting for what replenishes you, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. You invest in things that help you pause and excel, like a hair appointment, nail day, massage, or even a Calm app subscription. It's about creating space in your life and your budget for recovery, restoration, and peace so you can show up whole. Security. This value is about protecting what God has given you and managing it wisely. You value consistent rent and mortgage payments, insurance, and other non negotiables that keep your life stable. You prioritize saving for emergencies, not out of fear, but out of faith and preparation. You see bills as a reflection of responsibility, not punishment. Giving. This value is about generosity with intention. You make space in your budget to support others, whether it's tithing, blessing a friend, or giving to causes that reflect your heart. It's not about the amount, it's about the posture. You give because you're rooted in purpose, not pressure. Because you believe God multiplies with surrender. You give to remind yourself money doesn't own you, God does. You don't need a fancy system. You just need a starting place. Use a blank notebook, a Google Sheet, or the Faith-Forward Paycheck Plan. It's created to walk you through this step by step. So let me show you how this works. First, you'll start by writing in your pay period and your expected net income here at the top of the worksheet. Now, this example is actually based on a real client. Yes, I got her full permission to share this with you before filming. These are the values she chose after we walked through our financial renewal session together: financial stability, security, debt, rest and rhythm, and giving. So, her financial security, she is choosing to allocate 5% of her bi weekly paycheck to this value. That is subscription to Coursera, Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, whatever she needs to expand her skills in order to earn higher income. Next is her security. She's allocating 75% of her biweekly check toward this value. Then she has some debt she's trying to pay off. She's chosen to allocate 10% of her biweekly earnings towards this category. She does value rest, self-care for herself. Maybe the Calm app, but something to give her rest with all the hustle and bustle of today's culture. She's choosing to allocate 5% to this value during this bi-weekly paycheck run. Giving is important to her, so she's choosing to allocate at least 5% toward giving. That could be tithing, offerings, or blessing others, or giving to some organization that she truly cares about. It's not one size fits all. It's personal, it's intentional, it's values based. You'll assign a percentage and a dollar amount to each one based on what matters most this paycheck. This lets you plan with intention, not just bills. You're building a budget that reflects your values, your season, and your faith. You can also try a no budget spending audit. Just observe, don't correct yet. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to pause and prepare. If the Faith-Forward Paycheck Plan stirs something in you, don't brush it off. This is your sign to start building differently, to rebuild with intention. Want the full paycheck plan template for just $2.99? Here's how you claim it. Like this video and subscribe to this channel. Comment counting the costs below. Visit the link in the description to unlock your discount code plus bonus blog posts. Or, if the numbers still feel heavy and you're tired of doing it alone, schedule your reset chat and let's rebuild your money with faith, wisdom, and support. You don't need perfection. You need a plan rooted in peace, powered by truth. Pause, plan, partner with God. Let's rebuild this one paycheck at a time.